title page, and foreword of Reflections on the Formation and Distribution of Wealth. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Jeff Edward Dumas in El Dorado, Arkansas. Reflections on the Formation and Distribution of Wealth by Anne Robert-Jacques Turgot, translated by Nicolas de Condorcet. Title page and foreword. Reflections on the Formation and Distribution of Wealth by M. Turgot, Comptroller General of the Finances of France in 1774, 1775, and 1776, translated from the French. The title page has a quote from Condorcet's Life of Turgot. Quote, "This essay may be considered as the germ for the Treatise on the Wealth of Nations, written by the celebrated Smith." End quote. M. Turgot, the author of the essay, who for 3 years held the important office of Intendant, or Comptroller of the Finances of France, was without exception one of the first political characters which the present century produced. In the various employments of the Master of Requests, Intendant of the province of Limoges, Minister of the French Marine, and Comptroller General of the Finances of France, he laboured assiduously to benefit his country. This, however, is his least eulogium. His writings entitle him to a higher praise, and he there shines in the revered character of a friend of mankind. An author who sends into the world detached pieces will seldom have the good fortune to reach that degree of celebrity which attends a more voluminous compiler, although his works may at the same time possess a greater degree of intrinsic merit. Such has been the fate of M. Turgot. His writings, being in detached pieces, are little known beyond the limits of his own country, nor even there have his countrymen paid the tribute due to his excellent productions, by collecting and publishing them together. His essays on the commerce of grain, on loans, on mines and quarries, the preambles to the arrests issued during his administration, and the various important articles in the Encyclopedia of Etymology, Existence, Expansibility, Fare, and Foundation, are all pieces of great merit. But in no one does his capacious mind shine forth with greater lustre than in the work of which a translation is now offered to the public, a work on the foundation of which was formed one of the most approved and justly celebrated treatises in the English language, Dr. Adam Smith's Essay on the Wealth of Nations. This little piece fell by chance into the hands of the translator some time since, and his admiration of it could only be equalled by his surprise at finding that no translation had appeared in the English language. In order therefore that such of his countrymen as have not perused this admirable treatise in the original may not be deprived of the important knowledge it contains, he has ventured to give it to the public in an English dress, in which he has been studious to retain the author's sense and meaning. 1793. End of title page and foreword. Passages 1 through 5 of Reflections on the Formation and Distribution of Wealth by Anne Robert-Jacques Turgot, translated by Nicolas de Condorcet. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. 1. The impossibility of the existence of commerce upon the supposition of an equal division of lands, where every man should possess only what is necessary for his own support. If the land was divided among all the inhabitants of a country, so that each of them possessed precisely the quantity necessary for his support and nothing more, it is evident that all of them being equal, no one would work for another, neither would any of them possess wherewith to pay another for his labour. For each person having only such a quantity of land as was necessary to produce a subsistence would consume all he should gather, and would not have anything to give in exchange for the labour of others. 2. The above hypothesis neither has existed nor could continue. The diversity of soils and multiplicity of wants compel an exchange of the productions of the earth against other productions. This hypothesis never can have existed, because the earth has been cultivated before it has been divided, the cultivation itself having been the only motive for a division, and for that law which secures to every one his property. For the first persons who have employed themselves in cultivation have probably worked as much land as their strength would permit, and consequently more than was necessary for their own nourishment. If this state could have existed,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?